Remember the first time I was gripping the mic. The feeling was right, thought I was living the life. Never thought about the stress if the end was always worth it. If you wanna be the best, well then you gotta put the work in.
Just do it, you know. Just go out there and put your name out there, you know. Especially if you're an artist, you're performing, especially, you know what I mean, something like that. You're doing it already, you know.
Part of the story, president on call. We got tuned in here with the one and only. Peace and love, y'all. It's your brother Advis, and we are here at the world famous Doll Hut. And I'm here with a brother that, man, I got to see him rock a few times. This brother will shut it down. He'll literally give you that energy, everything that you want to end up getting from an MC. He gonna embody it. And so with me, I have
Underdogg.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. How you doing tonight?
I'm well, man. How about yourself, bro?
Living and learning and keeping it pushing. So, I know that you are on the roster today to rock. So my first question I got for you, sir, is when it comes to getting yourself lined up for shows, how do you create connections with folks so that you can get yourself seen within the scene? So how do you create those connections to get into the scene?
Talking about like crowd interaction in a sense, or networking?
Yes.
All right, there you go. Yeah. It's I can't really even put a formula to it. It's honestly just do it. You know, just go out there and put your name out there. You know, especially if you're an artist, you're performing, especially, you know what I mean, something like that. You're doing it already.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, why not? You know, use your platform, use your talent, you know, and you know, use your voice, you know, and yeah, just do it, bro. And that's really it. Put it simple.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, just do it. You gotta be present, and when you have the energy to do it, you'll be surprised what doors will open up for you. So I feel you on that one. Second question I got for you, brother, is when it comes to the elements of hip hop, what was your first element that you got involved with, and do you still do it to this day?
Actually, yeah, I actually do. That's the writing. You know, the writing process. Yeah, I've always had an itch to write. You know, to put it, I put it a little short story, a little short introduction to how I did it, but or how I got into hip hop and all that, and wanted to pursue being an MC. So, anyways, I was about 13 years old.
Okay.
I didn't really hear like much of hip hop that much at all. I was, always into like punk rock and all that, and I still am. But anyways, I was always, that's the only music I knew about, Spanish rock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And being from Los Angeles, originally, yes, being from Los Angeles. At the time, it was just around, it was just around, around my house, not around my house, but around, I just walk out the door and it was just, people driving by, just bumping it and stuff like that, and, early 90s and stuff like that. And yeah, so I got the first rap or hip hop that I ever heard, funny enough, was Eminem. Ironically.
Wow.
Yeah, ironically, dude. Ironic, and I loved it. But it's funny, all the controversy and stuff. He was, he was, what he was saying in his music and stuff like that, obviously. But it didn't suit well with my parents and stuff like that. But
of course,
it was just like that even in general, But I would always like listen to it differently. I was like, I'm not paying. Yeah, it's harsh and all that what he's probably saying, but if you connect the dots on what he's saying, oh man, he's kind of blowing your mind. He's very, very, very lyrical, and I'm like, I want to do this, and that was it. That was just the plan, the seed, the planting of the seed right there.
Man, thank you for sharing that story, for real, man. Love hearing people's origin stories and what really got them into rocking and stuff, man. So that's what I'm talking about, brother. Next question I got for you, man. is, and again, I do these. We call this on the spot. These are on the spot interviews. Just letting y'all know that now.
Go
So
on soon.
yes, he's going on soon, man. I'm gonna be getting some shots from him too, doing that and rocking the spot. So next question I got for you. Yes, if you had, you know what? Yeah, if you had three items that you could not go, couldn't live without, what would those three items be?
Headphones,
Okay.
something to play, something to play music off of.
Okay.
I want to say a pen and a pad, but then that's adding one more thing to it, you know?
I mean, they can come together. You can get bundles with a pen and a pad. So
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll say that. I'm gonna get a bundle, pen and pad right there, you know?
all right, we got the headphones, we got the pen and the pad, and we got something to listen to music on. So that could be the phone, that could be laptop, or whatever it may end up being, some type of technology. I feel that, brother. I feel it. And my last question I have for you, man, and again, I appreciate you for taking and coming and doing the on the spot interview. This last question I have for you is, what piece of advice would you give to someone, whether they're creative or just a regular person, when going out to pursue their passions? What's one piece of advice you would give them?
I like the wording of that question. Let me first say that. Yeah, that was a good choice of words there, because I was about to say, at first, I'm not the type of person to be asking for advice because I'm just beginning in my career, But what I can say, to answer your question so beautifully, of course, is just do it. And once again, just do it. It may be fearful, but, use that to your advantage, man. I get stage fright a lot every time I'm about to go up on stage, every time, but I use that, I use that, not fear, but it's like, all that energy or whatever.
Yeah.
I try to channel that in, harness that energy and turn it into my performance.
Yes.
And there you go. That's, I guess that's more elaborate of the piece of advice I could give, but yeah, just go out and do it, man. Don't be afraid, and just give it a shot. First and foremost, just give it a shot.
Awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that. Because, when it comes to people probably still wonder, you think with you up there, you got nerves and still. But, we still feel that, man. That's just the butterflies. But the way that you channel the energy, that's, again, what an MC is, moving the crowd. So you got to get a feel for what the people are doing. And, again, brother, you've been working your way up there, and I've been seeing you rock crowds, bro. So I'm just letting you know, you be doing your thing. You do.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
With that being said, man, before we go, can you please let the people know again who you are, all your plugs, where they can find you on social media, etc.
So, the MC name is Underdogg. That's under D-O-G-G. Don't forget the 2 G's. That's important. And you can find me on any social media at The Dog From Under. That's D-A-D-O-G-G from Under.
Awesome. And with that, y'all, it's been another on the spot interview here at the world famous Dog Hut with the brother Underdogg. He's definitely making his way up. But with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will catch y'all next time. Peace.
The alien.